Hey everybody, welcome back to Business Shenanigans. I'm Trent May here with May Financial Group. Mahmoud Bhutam may or may not be on. We'll have to see. With us, our very special guest here, Aaron Keaser from Teaford's Pizza and Subs. Aaron, how's it going?
Good, good. Getting ready for a Friday.
Ready for a Friday, that Friday rush of pizza, right?
Be a lot of them.
Awesome.
Should be anyway.
That's good. That's what I like to hear. Um, Tell us. I mean, you weren't always, working at Teaford's. How? What was that trip like for you? Where did you start? What was kind of the mental process of going from where you were to deciding, hey, I'm going to run a pizza place?
It was all timing, honestly. Series of events. I've worked in food service since 2006 when I was in high school. Or, no, 2008 when I was in high school. Uh, Went off to college and did all that stuff. Got a business degree. Ended up working for Job and Family Services. That didn't work out after a handful of years, and then I found myself in the middle of, well, what am I going to do? So I went and got certified to sell life and medical insurance. Wasn't exactly the greatest experience there, so I didn't so much care for that. So I ended up back here working again for my stepmom, and she'd been trying to sell for several years, and we were just able to work out a plan to make it happen. Sometimes you gotta get creative when you're buying a business and you don't have any money to your name. So I'm still broke, but I was really broke then. But yeah, I made it work out. She was ready to retire. I was tired of working for other people. My work ethic's always been a bit on the stronger side. So I was able to come in here and just work my heart out. And well, I still do to this day. So I'm getting what I asked for, but I still don't have the answer to anybody else, which I think is a better thing for me. Gives me the ability to do the things I'm best at and not be stifled by someone else's hand pushing me down. So that's just a short trip of how it all came about.
So you said you got the business degree first. Um, do you feel like a lot of people are great at one particular thing?
Mm-hmm.
You might be really great at making a pizza, but without the business side of it, no one's going to stay in business. Has the degree kind of helped you? Like, okay, like we need to make sure our prices are here. This is going to keep us in business if our prices are here. Has the degree kind of helped you out on the business side of it?
No, no.
No.
As a matter of fact, I don't encourage people to go to college
Okay.
unless you want to be like an engineer, doctor, or something like that. I prefer those people to have degrees. That's where I'm gonna be like, okay, I'd like to have seen you go through the long process that's involved in that, so that way the bridge don't collapse, and that way you don't accidentally kill me. When it comes to stuff like that, or like you guys, because I have money with you guys, so I want you to make sure you're putting it in something that's not going to make me lose it overnight. Like I want you to have some expertise and things like that. But when it comes to business degrees, marketing degrees, stuff of that level, now I'm telling you, that textbook isn't going to teach you 1% of what being around and in business will teach you. It's just not going to. There are things to this day that I've never encountered, but then again, I am on the small business scale. I don't sit here and do this analysis and that analysis and have this big old thing of book work and all these accounts payable, accounts receivable. I don't have all of that. All my stuff's paid in full up front. My people pay me in full up front.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it comes to like profit margins, honestly, that's more of a common sense thing. I guess you just have to understand like your expenses and then what you're bringing in off of your product. I won't go into details about profit margin, like what mine is.
Yeah.
We can talk like rule of thumb with let's say your local hamburger shop. I mean, you're just talking a place that they flip burgers all day, like what we used to have up on the corner of Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the little hamburger shop up there. The best tale to that is if you got $1 in that cheeseburger, you charge $2 for it. You know, that's just a simple rule of thumb, and I think that's stood the test of time for a long time. Now, I mean, if you can get into a bigger market like Columbus and whatnot, and you can make that cheeseburger for $1 and sell it for $3, by all means, you're in the big city. So people are going to be like, well, we're in Columbus, things are more expensive. I mean, you pay $3 for a bottle of beer around here, you're going to pay $5 over there. And it costs them the same to buy that beer as it does anyone around here. It just that's just like a standard rule of thumb. You got that's your standard profit margin, at least in the food industry or in something like that. That would fall under more of like the bar industry, I guess you could say.
Okay.
You know, but I didn't have a single class that takes you through that. Like, okay, so let's say you get done with business school here, and instead of going and working for, I don't know, Google as a business executive or something for them, where you're just running numbers all day long. So say you get on this business degree and you're going to go open a hamburger shop, you know, well, this is what you need to look for. So you've got this expense, this, that. Well, this is how you need to base your prices to cover all of this. You know, there's no talk of that. You learn that from real life experience. That's where it comes from, you know. And I'll be honest with you, when I bought this place, I didn't know really the expenses that things came in. I knew what the menu price was, but I didn't really know what the food cost was, the electric bill and everything. So it was a shock my first month. Well, this is what electricity costs. This is what gas costs. This is what my food costs me every week, you know. And then I'm like, okay, well, we bring enough in to cover that and to pay the bills. And then this year I did have to raise prices, but I was on the prices that my stepmom had set all the way back in 2013 up until here just a couple months ago. And I think it ended up being maybe a 10% overall. Some things didn't change at all, but I think my menu, if you just add everything up to the menu, I think it went up 10%.
Which is really, really impressive when you consider inflation rates. That's really very impressive.
Well, and after I raised the menu prices to go with the food cost increase, because it's not all the food items, it's been just a few particular ones, but the ones that have gone up have tremendously gone up. It's eye-opening. You know, let's say the beginning of this year you're paying $5 for chicken wings. Now you're paying 12. You know, that's a small number. It's not accurate. That's just a representation of that huge increase that it has. Like $5 to $12 doesn't seem like much. That's about 120% almost. You know, that's huge. So if you put that on a larger scale, say you were buying $100 every week in chicken wings, you're now buying $220 for the same amount of chicken wings. You know, so I did that, but then after that, I went ahead and I explored my wages. State minimum wage is $8.80 right now. It was $7.30 when I was in high school back in late 2000s. So it's gone up a whole $1.50 in 13 years. So just over a 10-cent increase a year. And then, like you said, inflation and everything doesn't keep up. Well, the federal minimum wage still hasn't budged. I think that's still $7.25. So I never believed in the minimum wage because that's what I got paid. And I'm like, it's not fair. So here recently I was paying people $9.30 an hour, which is 50 cents above. And then I was sitting here thinking there's a big discussion going on about wages, and they're pushing for $15 an hour. And, you know, you can sit and talk to your blue in the face with people about what that means and what it does and what it doesn't do and everything like that. But the thing that struck me was like, okay, I'm sitting here. I got people back here doing what I did over 10 years ago. I was being paid $8 an hour. I'm paying them $1.30 more, and everything's more expensive. The only thing that stays relevant is gas prices. Those always go up, always go down. But car prices are up. Car insurance is up, you know, stuff like that. So I went ahead and bumped my starting wage to $12 an hour. That's the minimum I pay anyone. A 16-year-old can walk in here and make $12 an hour. Standard shift is 4 hours. That's $48. Then you throw taxes on top of that. I've got close to $70 invested in every employee for a 4-hour shift.
Wow.
And I'm still hoping to maintain with the menu prices that I did here a couple months ago. I mean, if I got to do a little bit of an increase again, I will. But my idea of increasing those prices recently was to sustain them for a while. I don't believe in going through every 3 months and increasing prices, because there are places that do that. You'll notice you go somewhere and get your usual cheeseburger or something, come back a few months later, it's 20 cents more or something. Just gradually goes up and up and up. I don't want to mess with it. It's a lot of work to go through and do all those changes.
And it's got to be a hard struggle because, like you said, you want to pay your employees, a fair wage. You don't want to pay them, $7.50 an hour. You want to try to keep and retain talented employees by paying them a fair wage. At the same prices, at the same time, we have price increases, we have inflation, and the money has to come from somewhere. Just because inflation increases doesn't mean you're magically going to have enough money to cover it. Prices have to increase over time. That's just part of life.
Yep, and that is. And that's any industry. I got a guy that comes in here. He works in the parts industry for cars and whatnot. And, he was talking about the company that he works for, bought out this place. And when they bought out one place, they're like, well, we haven't increased prices in so many years. Well, it's like, well, that's why you're begging us to buy you out, because you're not making any money, because you're not increasing your prices to go with the inflation and everything like that. It's like, yeah, your customers love you because they're still paying what they were paying 5 years ago, but you're the one suffering. With what I'm doing, I'm always bringing in more and more people because of more business. It takes 200 labor hours a week to keep this place running, just the 5 days that I'm open. If I'm able to bring back a sixth or a seventh day, those labor hours increase just for one day, at least about 40 hours. By the time you get everybody combined and everything in here with their labor hours. So, no, I can't keep my prices unless my prices that I'm purchasing at stay steady. I'm eventually going to have to increase my prices.
Right.
You don't so much worry about your electric bill or whatever going up like $3 to $5 or whatever over time, because the kilowatt rate may go up just a little bit or something like that. That's something you don't worry about. But when you've got these massive increases on your food costs, at least in what I do, that's where you have to look at increasing your prices. And the labor cost isn't going to go down. Minimum wage is always going to go up. There will come a day where $12 an hour isn't going to be my low. It's going to be 12 and a quarter or 12.50, maybe 13, or possibly 15. It's just something you have to stay on top of. But I just try to get a little more ahead, pay a little more now, and it'll level out a little bit down the road, but I'm not sitting here outpriced from anyone. You always got the chains thrown out, like your 3-topping $12 medium pizza, whatever.
Well, thank goodness your pizza doesn't taste like a chain pizza.
But
I know you're too nice to say it, but I'm not. So
I try to mind myself. We're all of our own opinions. I pulled those taste test Thursdays a few times. I might need to do one of those again. And it's like the people will come like, well, this was from there. No, actually, it wasn't from there. But I'm glad you realized that theirs looks as crappy as the one that I just had. What do you do? But no, when it comes to places like that, they make it harder for someone like me. Because if you go look at a chain's menu prices, like true menu prices, they're actually higher than mine. Their biggest pizza usually goes up to a 16. Well, their 16-inch deluxe is actually priced at my 18-inch deluxe. But they're always running these promos. So people don't generally pay menu price at these places. So then they look at my menu like, you're expensive. No, not really. I can't afford to run those promos. A big difference between the big guys like that and the little guy like me is that I buy from a distributor. A lot of us all have access to the same products, same name brands, same everything. The only difference is these big box stores have their own warehousing. So they're buying directly from that product company, putting it in their warehouse and distributing it themselves to their own stores. Whereas my third party company is buying from that company and then marking it up to me, and I'm buying it off of them, and they deliver it to me because they hold it in their warehouse because I don't have warehousing.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, product costs for these box stores are a lot less than mine because they're getting straight from the food producer itself prices, where I experience that markup in the middle.
And really, what we're talking is maybe like $1 or $2 for a pizza. And here's the difference to me. I like to go to Teaford's. I like to go to the Merchant House because I know when I go to the Merchant House, I know that Chris Campbell is back there making sure things are right.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to Teaford's and I order a pizza, I know that Aaron is there. It's his business. It's his skin in the game. He's in that kitchen making sure things go the way they're supposed to. I think that's the difference to me.
Yeah, or I'm at least in the building. I'm checking things. I mean, I wear just about every hat anymore. I work in the kitchen. I'll run deliveries. I'll run my phone and register, and then I'm getting to the point now where I actually do disappear sometimes, but I've put my time in. We'll put it that way. I worked a lot of hours for a couple of years. So I'm getting to the point where I pay my help and I bring enough help in,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cutting out my bottom line a little bit to allow me a little bit of time to have a life or relax,
That's good.
without mistreating my employees. They get 2 days off a week. I was thinking about this morning. I think about every month I'm lucky if I get 2 days a month that I don't step foot in here at all. And it's usually on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But usually I'm in here in some regard. Like last Saturday, I left at like 4, but I was in here from 6 a.m. till 4 p.m. making crusts and stuff like that. But anyways, like you said, we're present.
Mm-hmm.
We know what's going on. I've got trustworthy manager and everything that's staying on top of things, and he's going to make sure you're taken care of, just like I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
You train them to be like that. It's like a family atmosphere. You take care of the people that work for you, and then you take care of the people that buy from you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Unless you come in here being a straight up, what, you're going to be treated like family here, or you'll be treated how you treat us.
Mm-hmm.
What's fair
It goes
is fair.
both ways.
It is, and what's fair is fair. Because like we talked about a little bit ago before we went live, I was telling you how in today's world, especially in these bigger box stores, the customer's always right. They just bow down to the customer. They'll let anybody get away with just about anything. Where I'm like, no, that don't fly. You don't let people take advantage of you, and they're taking advantage of you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the whole thing. It's like you get treated how you treat people, and I'm gonna tell you, 98% of my customers respectable as all can get out. We love serving them. They love coming here. You just still got that 2%, and you cringe when you see them.
Absolutely. Well, I have some pictures here. We need to make people hungry for the day.
I'm all about that.
Okay. So first, tell us about this. What?
That is the chicken sub, and we've got some bacon and ranch thrown on that. Because people will call in here, want a chicken bacon ranch sub. Well, I try to. I'm a stiffler when it comes to the menu. I really am. I'm a big stiffler. I'll modify anything, but I don't like people to get into a habit. Like if I'm not here, call in and try to order something that's not on the menu. So that's our chicken sub. That is chicken, cheese. That's what comes on it. But I tell them we'll throw some bacon and ranch on there for you. So, but yeah, that's chicken. That's the chicken sub. Add bacon and ranch, so like a chicken ranch pizza, but on a sub bun. If I remember correctly, that's from when the Anderson ethanol plant ordered 20 some subs one morning.
Yeah, I pulled that off your Facebook post.
Yeah, they ordered 20 some subs that morning, and they ordered quite a few of those. And let me tell you, that's all I could think about that day because I want it again. You're making me hungry.
So I'm gonna stop by and get a sub for lunch today.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your favorite subs that you all offer?
You have to go underground on me here because I don't like any of my basic subs.
Okay.
I mean, I like them, but I add stuff.
Okay, what do you add?
One of my big go-tos, we get people to call and they're like, I want your Italian sub. Well, on the menu here, there is no Italian sub, not a single one. I get pizza sub a lot too. There's not a pizza sub. Generally pepperoni, that's what people go for. But anyways, Italian sub deluxe. It's got pizza sauce, pepperoni, bologna, salami, ham, mushroom, onion, green pepper, and cheese on it. I take off the sauce. I don't like bologna or mushrooms, so I take those off. But if you like those, by all means, keep them on there. I throw some banana peppers on there, and then I run it through, and then I'll put lettuce, tomato, mayo, or I'll do lettuce, tomato, and Italian dressing. That's an Italian sub.
That sounds good.
It's delicious.
So if I call, do I just ask for the Aaron Keaser Italian sub?
Now you can just tell me what I just told you. We modify it. But yeah, Tyler will either answer or I'll answer for lunch today. Okay. But then we got the chicken ranch there. You can do the turkey and bacon, add lettuce, mayo, tomato to it. I'll even throw some onion on there. I do the same with the ham and cheese. The Philly meat and cheese, I love adding lettuce, tomato, and Southwest ranch to that. Pulled pork sub, lettuce, tomato, mayo. We just add some more stuff to just about any of them.
Okay.
One of my go-tos years ago was the pizza steak. It's got the pizza sauce, steak, hoagie, onion, green pepper. I throw banana pepper and I add pepperoni to it.
You're making me hungry now. Okay.
Yeah. I don't make any of my sandwiches basic. Not a single one that I make here do I make for myself. Just basic. And for anybody that's interested and likes my subs, I'll add any veggie except for tomato to it for free.
Okay.
So like if you want banana peppers, black olives, jalapenos, whatever it may be added to your sub, we do it for free.
Okay.
When you add extra stuff to pizza, we do charge you for that. But subs, nah. And the subs were one thing that did not increase in price when I did the menu changes.
Oh, cool. Well, let's take a look at this beauty right here.
Oh, what did I do there? Was that chicken ranch from yesterday?
Yeah, that was the one you posted yesterday.
Yeah. I made that. That's chicken ranch, and they added bacon and jalapeno. And let me tell you, that's basic and that's delicious. We do a lot with that pizza as well. We'll go as far as throwing some onion on there with the jalapeno and bacon. We'll put cheddar and mozzarella cheese on it. We'll use the Southwest ranch. We'll top it with barbecue. We do a lot of eating in here.
Oh, it looks so good. So you said jalapeno and bacon is on here?
Yep, that's what was on that one. That was just the chicken ranch, add bacon and jalapeno.
Oh, that sounds so good.
And that's one of my favorite pizzas to make. When you get into like the super deluxe and stuff like that, people would be amazed that they generally probably only wait 30, 35 minutes on a Friday night for their order. Because that rail back in the kitchen is usually full at all times with the 10 plus tickets. And on a Friday night, most of those tickets have multiple pizzas, subs, and other items on them. And we put pepperoni all the way around your pizza. Side by side, all the way around. 18-inch pizza gets approximately 80 pepperoni. So to build a super deluxe, in my definition, for you to be what I would consider an elite pizza maker, you have to be able to make an 18-inch super deluxe in 5 minutes or less.
Okay.
That gets it made by you through the oven, cut in 15 minutes. So when we tell you pick your food up in 20 minutes, that's just kind of a pizza status quo. Technically, we should have your order done in about 15.
Okay.
But that just gives us a little extra time. But like on a Friday night, we're a lot of specialty pizzas. It's super deluxes, meats, regular deluxe, barbecue chicken, and taco pizzas and stuff come in spurts. Like today, we might sell a bunch of taco pizzas. You just never know. The specialty pizzas take longer to make. But it's amazing. But I'll make chicken ranch pizza all day long. I can put chicken ranch pizzas in that oven quicker than the oven can take them.
Mm.
I'll make them all day long. It takes nothing to make a chicken ranch pizza. It's just quick. It's easy because you're not putting pepperoni all the way around it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the time consumer.
It's good to know. All right, I'm going to flash these back up here real fast. Check out Teaford's today. Let's see how busy we can make them this Friday.
Bring it on.
That's the pizza. That's the sub. Let's test them out. Aaron, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Thanks for jumping on with us today. Please like, share this video, and spread the word. We're going to make Teaford's busy today.
Hey, thanks. I enjoyed it. Have me back anytime.
Cool. Have a good one.
You too.